Bruh. These guys are jokes, man. Shit crazy, man. Shit crazy. Right, but we're going to get about another 30 minutes before we get into the build, right? And we're going to see if he really wants to tap in, if he really wants to debate, right? I gave him an hour and 30 minutes to come in here and to get his shit ready, right? To step into my arena, right? To step up to the man that slayed his chief, that has slayed Isaiah, that's wanting to take, which I've already slayed him, right? But he keeps getting back up like the Walking Dead, like the zombies, you feel me? So we got to keep double tapping these niggas, you know what I mean? Just like a zombie land, you feel me? So it's just crazy the amount of deflection and narrative that he tries to display, right? But we're not falling for it. Like, we're not falling for the mumbo jumbo, right? Okay. Right, so let's talk about some sciences while we wait, right? So let's talk about, right, how... You know what? No. We're not going to talk about sciences right now. I already did a build. Go watch my live stream like last night. I did 2 live streams over chemistry. You feel me? I've already done some knowledge, right? We're not going to get to no knowledge because this is strictly about Solar. I'm trying to conjure him up right now. I'm speaking him into existence to come into this live, right? So, is we going to stay on Solar's ass, and I'll come back later with a download or an information or a build or something like that, you know? So, but right now, we straight on Solar's ass, and we going to stay focused, you know? So, oh yeah, this is the most views that they've had within the last week. Within the last 2 weeks, this is the most views that they've had, right?
That's why they keep saying that.
Like, exactly, like, bro, that's why they keep calling me out. Like, that's why they keep calling me and Wavy and World News out, because they know that we bring the followers. They know that we bring the people, right? They know they can't compete with us, right? So, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy the amount of manipulation that's taking place with these individuals, man. It's crazy, right? So, we're going to do about 30 minutes, right? Just talk about how I slayed him. And I also want to get some facts, right? Let's break down some of his information, right? Let's break down some of his information. Right? So how can you call me out when you don't even got any wives? Right? I'm gonna go send this like this video. How can you talk about any knowledge or how can you talk about any knowledge or information if you haven't used that information or applied it to even get you a woman? Right? How? All that knowledge that Solar has that he's learning from Chief and Eligio, how come he hasn't used it to get him a woman? How come Chief took his woman? How come your Chief is piping your wife down? Let's be real. Let's be real. Chief ain't piping my wife.
Hell no.
Boy, Chief can't even touch my queens. Like, my queens look better, way better than any woman that Chief has ever been in with his life. I've dated way more beautiful women than Chief has ever even been with, right? I pulled way more beautiful women, way more beautiful goddesses with way more intelligent minds and bigger hearts than any woman that he's ever been with. And we can go through the photos and show you all the women he's been with compared to all the past women I've been with and show you. But like, we don't gotta go past women. Like, look at the women right now compared to my beautiful women right now and see who's more beautiful. Right? So how can you let another man pipe your wife down and then defend him? Like, he's got you underneath it, bro. And this is what he's telling his queens. Like, you don't think that his goddesses know that Chief's telling them, like, look at these clowns. Like, look at these weak-ass niggas like Solar and True doing everything that I say. Like, this is how you know that these dudes ain't nothing. Like, how do you think, like, you think he really, like, is boosting y'all up to his queens? When we see him degrade y'all on live right in front of him? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. You know, so I don't know, you know, you as a man can try to debate me when you haven't even used your own knowledge to get you a woman. Why compare women? Right? You're exactly right. You know what I mean? But the thing is, he wanted to call my woman out. Right? This is what I say. Y'all forget so easily. How do y'all let shit forget so easily? Go watch our live. Go watch our live. Go look how we shitted on me and shit it on my queen and say that, oh man, she put his hand on you because you know you're a female. She knows my energy. She knows how I am. She knows that when I'm about to get heated and really rip your ass up, She put her hand on me because she knows that she can calm me down. You feel me? And that's how you know you got a good woman. That's how you know you have a right woman. In any instance, if she sees that you're about to compromise yourself, right, and let the other person win, right, calm me down, right? So, for example, if I'm out in public and another dude's testing me, right, right, and he wants me to fight him, right, obviously, which is why he's testing me, right, and I'm letting him win. I'm getting riled up, right? Your queen should be able to it should be able to touch you, speak to you, grab your hand. And her touch, her essence should be able to be like, you know what, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? You're right, babe, it's not worth it. Like, why would I be mad over anything that he's doing when I'm with a beautiful woman like my queen? Right? And it's like, Solar, like, all you do is hang around a bunch of men. But claim that you a king and you a god. Like, bruh. But answer my question, like, how can you let Chief pipe your wife? Like, and he told you that, oh man, like she came for you. That she came for you. It's crazy, right? So, these dudes can't compete with me, brother. Like, these guys can't compete with me. Like, thank you, she is beautiful. Like, y'all want to see her right now? You know what? We're not going to show her right now. You know, she's chilling. But, baby, you want to say hi?
Yeah, you know.
Speak up.
How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a good day.
Oh yeah, they are immortal boys, right? Chief took his this is how brainwashed this nigga Solar is. Chief took his queen multiple times. First of all, Chief took his queen, promoted her as the chiefess in front of Solar, and took her to the ceremonies and everything. Then gave her back to Solar once he was with Eliana. Right? Now, once he left Eliana, he took Zoka immediately back. Right? Then convinced you, Solar, right, that you need to study more. That they're distracting you. What type of fool do you gotta be to believe that? Now, for the next 5 to 10 years, you're gonna be chasing the imaginary relationship that you have with Zoka, while Chief is constantly getting her pregnant and piping her down. Right? So when are you going to wake up from your spell, my brother? Right? And this is what he does. Like, this is how he gets to the men. Right? He sleeps with all the women and he passes his seed, his information, right? His programming. And then he sends those women to his other mans, and those women sleep with them, passing on that same programming to the men. Right? And this is how he dangles these women in front of them, like dangling a hoagie in front of a fat person running on a treadmill. Right? So now, right, Solar, Caliber, Pisces, all of them are trying to grind harder, right, to show Chief that they're ready for a woman. Which, in turn, they're just doing free work for this nigga. With no pussy. Bruh, how can you talk to me when you haven't even got any pussy the last year? And I don't even want to, view the queens as like that, but let's bring it to that frequency, because that's the frequency you're riding on. Like, let's just bring it from that perspective and build our way up. How can you talk about anything about knowledge, right, if you haven't even been getting no flower for the last year? Right? Now, how can you call yourself a man or a king or a god when you let another dude shit on you and call you your higher self? He literally believes that Chief is his higher self, that he can never reach the levels of Chief. This is what Solar believes, which in turn, which will lower Solar's consciousness the entire time. So Solar's gonna go the rest of his life believing that he'll never gonna be Chief, that he'll never be as smart as Chief. Exactly, his chakras aren't activated. All his shit fucked up. They don't even know what chakras are. Bruh, he needs a mental ejaculation. That's what he needs. He needs to release that bullshit ass, dumbass sperm that he got in his mind, because we know that sperm is spinal fluid or spinal cord fluid. Right? So he needs a mental ejaculation and to release all that bullshit information that he's been learning from. Bruh, join this damn lie, bro. You do all this fucking talking. Send him this live. He does all this fucking talking, guys. He does all this talking. I've been up here for an hour and a half waiting for him to join. These niggas are scared. And you see how Chief is using light skins to put us against one another? You see how he's using Willie Lynch tactics right now? The same way he used the house nigga to fight against the field nigga? The same way he used the house woman to fight against the field woman? Do you not see how Chief's using Solar, right, to fight against the other light-skinned dudes? Do you not see the Willie Lynch in modern day form? Do you not see the energy transformed? It's crazy, guys. We got another 10 minutes. And if he don't join in, right? If he don't join in, right? Then we're going to do Bill. But if Wavy wants to pop in, if my brother Wavy wants to pop in, we'll bring Wavy in. That's the only person I'll bring in. Because he's the one that's calling out Wavy. You feel me? And I want Wavy to be able to have a platform to speak his mind without being interrupted. You know what I mean? So we're going to send this video to Wavy and see if he wants to join in, since Solar doesn't want to tap in. Right? I've been up here for an hour and a half. Right? So he wants to challenge me and Wavy. Right? He wants to challenge me and Wavy. Right? So... Right? So, it's just crazy. Y'all are all here, right, to witness the fall of the kingdom. Y'all are all witnessing in real time the fall of a cult, right? If the internet was around with Jim Jones, y'all would have witnessed, like what you're seeing now is what y'all would have witnessed if the internet and people were speaking up against those people on Jim Jones. Right? I feel like Michael the Archangel in this bitch. You feel me? With my sword slaying these demons. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like I'm really slaying these demons. Like, I'm doing something. Right? And I haven't even tapped into the full knowledge yet. And this just proves how weak their whole entire camp is. The whole entire structure of their layout is weak. Right? It's weak. All them niggas are whack, weak, immature, feminine men that in real life, if they were to step in the hood, right, they talk all this shit about being hood niggas and shit like that. Go to the hood and preach that Messiah shit. If they were really on that Messiah shit, see, and I don't even, subscribe to the Bible in that way, right? But if Jesus was real, right, and he went around to the different slums back in the Roman time period, at least Jesus went to the different slums telling people, you're not even going in the hoods and telling people that you're the Messiah. There's some people that don't even have phones in the hood that you could be reaching. How come you're not going there and telling those people that you're the Messiah? How come you're not going there to the actual cities to where our people are at and proclaim that shit you talking? This is how I know, because you know you'll get your ass rocked as soon as you step in the hood. You know that, bruh, and he uses that G shit, and he uses that past experience when he was 16, 17 years old that made him an OG. You spent 5 years in prison when you were 16, and now you think you an OG, and now you some hard nigga and shit like that. If you were really a hard nigga, you wouldn't have sold your soul to a dick. You wouldn't have sucked no tranny. Like, bro, you wouldn't have sucked no tranny. You wouldn't have did all those porns. You wouldn't have done none of that. Real niggas don't do that. Real niggas would rather rob and steal and go to prison than sell their soul. I'm just being real. There are niggas locked up right now for stealing because their families didn't have no money, that would rather steal and be locked up than sell their soul and sell their body to another man. Right? So he talks about demasculating and fucking other people because he was fucked as a child. And that's the hurt, right? Like, y'all want the gym? Y'all want the gym? Y'all want the gyms, right? The reason why, see, you know what, let's break it down. Eligio is suffering from multi-personality disorder, right? That main personality, right, the main one that's controlling all of these different other sub-personalities is Eligio, the sexual lustful demon, the homosexual, right? That comes out, right, when he talks about fucking people. And talks like it comes out when his sexuality starts to be stimulated. It comes out. That's the basic building block of all the other personalities that he cycles through, right? So on live, you'll see him cycle through one energy, and he'll be a completely different way. Then the next live, he'll come and be a completely different energy. And you're like, what the hell? I thought he was acting, what? This makes no sense, right? He's cycling through different personalities, just like the movie Split, right? But what we don't realize is that Eligio, that sexual entity, that succubus, incubus energy, that sexual demon, right? Which we see it expressing itself in his porn, right? That's the reason why he did porn, because he had to exercise that sexual demon, right? We see him, right, realize that the internet doesn't delete your videos, and he knew that these videos were going to be released. So he decided to become vegan, right, go to nature, grow out his crown, to change, right, his form of his body and everything, so that when these videos do come out, we couldn't tell because of the hair, because of the earlobes, because he did already change his form and shifted into another person's form, right? So it's crazy, and that sexual demon is hiding beneath all those other personalities, and that's who he really is, right? And that energy, that spirit was given to him from the foster parent that he claimed that put a dick in his mouth as a child, right? That foster parent that he claims that took pictures of him with the other children, right? That's where that spirit was passed to him from that white man, and now you're seeing it passing on to everybody else. Do y'all see now? Do y'all see how energy is not destroyed, only transformed? Right? That sexual pedophile energy was transferred to Eligio when he was a child at those orphan centers while he was doing all of that stuff. Right? And then he grew up thinking, like, what's wrong with me, man? I have all these sexual urges and things like that. Well, he don't realize that the entire time a sexual demon was feeding off his biofield, his aura the entire time, causing him to do all those stuff. Right? So him not realizing that, right? The energy began really feeding and putting his claws into his mind and into his emotional body, right? Until it took over him. Until it took over him so much to where he had to express himself. So he started doing homosexual porn. He started doing all that shit to try to make up for that sexual energy that was passed to him by that person who he got it from, right? He was never in prison. He was in juvenile jail and the psych ward. Exactly. He was never in prison. He was never in no real prison. What prison were you in, my brother? What prison were you actually in? For how long? What dates? What years were you actually in then? Like, give us your actual time so we can go look up the criminal records and see if you were actually in that prison. If you're really about what you're talking about. Right? So, you gotta understand that this sexual demon, Eligio, right, that's hiding by behind the other characters like Nature Boy, like Chief, like all these other names, right, are just different energies, sub-energies that are all covering for Eligio, that incubus sexual demon, right, that was passed to him from that white guy way back in his time, right? So now, you see him passing on those sexual traumas onto everybody else, right? You see it passing on the traumas about everybody else. Bro, he did take Pisces' wife. He did take Pisces' wife. Right? At first, he forced them together. And you can tell that they didn't want to be together because they were having emotional issues. Now, once they were like, you know what? She's really serious about this monogamy thing. Let's take it serious. So they began opening it up to each other. Then, once Eliana wasn't really feeling that polygamy shit, right? She dipped. Now, he took her from her. Now, y'all saw Pisces in that live what he did with Solar and Pisces and saying that Pisces and them don't need to date. That's the emotional traumas, the emotional stress that he's putting these people through, right? And this is the issue, you feel me? So that's basically it, guys. I spent an hour and a half on this shit, you feel me? I'm done talking about it. You know, they don't want to come debate, so stop calling my name. Stop trying to use my name for clout. Stop trying to use my name for following, for views. You know, stop trying to try to debate somebody that you have no knowledge of, which you admitted yesterday, that you have to Google what I know. Right? So all the time that you have to take to Google and to retain that information, I would have already expanded my mind to some new information. Right? So he can never compete. He can never beat me. Solar wants to beat me so bad. Like, Solar wants my energy so bad and wants to, and I can see how he sees himself in me. You know, Solar sees himself in me. He sees me standing up to Chief, which is what he wants him to do. He wants Zoka back. He wants his queen back. Right? So he's trying to feed off my energy so he can take the energy for him so he can stand up and get his queen back. But it's not going to work. Just come the right way, brother. It's that simple. Right? I came the proper way to Chief. I came respectful. I came not talking shit. I came not talking about his past or his character. I came with nothing but knowledge. right? And that's why, right, this has happened. I have a live. Go back to my previous lives, right? I did 2 lives on chemistry, the basic understanding of chemistry. Go watch those 2 builds. Those were my 2 lives at the beginning of my play. So once you leave this live, just click on the little circle and it should be the first 2 lives. I go heavy in on chemistry. And I recommend all y'all go to my platform and look through all my photos and see the different areas of information that I got my stuff from. I got real life videos of real life people living in the jungles, right? Showing you how to grow food, showing you how to build a fire, showing you how to make a bow and arrow, right? So when he says that I stole his knowledge, if I really stole his knowledge, then how come Chief ain't posted none of the videos that I posted on my page? If I really stole Chief's knowledge, right? But he's going to use that, right? And say that to paint a narrative to his followers, right? To try to keep them beneath the spell, but it's not going to work, right? So peace and love, guys. We saw that Solar was scared. Everybody in this room, y'all know Solar's scared. We gave him an hour and a half. An hour and a half we gave him to step up in here and to debate me like he claimed all on his platform. But he needs his people there. He needs his people to uplift him, to keep him on track, to keep him focused, right? To help him with the debate, because he can't do it by himself. He can't proclaim the kingdom within his own light. So he don't deserve to be studying the kingdom at all. Elijah, why do you have these weak ass men next to you? Which is just a reflection of you, right? You attracted these weak men to you, which just shows that you are a weak man, right? That you're not who you say you are. You're not really a G. You're not really that buff, tough Tony guy that you talking about. Because I'm 6'1", 195, brother. You talk about you 6'2", that you got power and you go punch somebody. Show us a picture of your punches. Show us how you fight. And let's see if you even got a form of a puncher. Let's see if you got any information about any type of techniques of boxing or Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu or mixed martial arts or grappling or wrestling. You feel me? So, bruh, y'all solid, you know what I mean? Y'all solid. 6'1", you feel me? 195, straight plant-based, no meat, no nothing. Right? No nothing. Right? And this is why his chief, right, got so upset with me, because he saw the alphaness. He saw what he wasn't in me. He saw the warrior spirit that he wished he had in me. And that's why he tried to bash me. That's why he tried to paint me in such a weak light. Because he felt the heart. He felt the strength. He felt the mind. Right? And that's something that Chief doesn't have. Because if Chief was really, when Chief first got deported back to the United States, he was in Texas. World sent Chief my address. World sent him and said that, yo, Duhkulu's waiting for you in Texas, right? Here's his address. Show up. He'll be waiting for you. Never responded. He left Texas quick as hell because he didn't want that work. You feel me? He didn't want that work. He didn't want that work, right? He didn't want to get his ass beat on that work. And I realized, like, you know what? Why would I fight a dude and get a battery or, because that's the type of dude he is. He's the type of dude to get his ass whooped and then tell the police that you whooped his ass and press charges on you. He's that type of dude, right? So I thought about it, like, why would I fight somebody that's going to just pull me away from my poly van life experience? Like, I'm not going to fight him, so we can do it on a whiteboard, right? We can do mathematical equations. We can build real technologies. We can start how to find enough water, how to, I don't know where Solar is. I don't know where Solar is. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Like, we don't even have to fight, But Chief talks about how, like, Chief uses those tactics. Like, he's 6'2", he's tough. He got power when he punches. That he been to prison to act like he's a man. But how come when he was down here, World done already sent him my address and told him, yo, meet up. You feel me? Because we got land right here where there's no police officers and nothing, where we can straight duke it out. Right? At that time. But he ran quick as fuck out of Texas because he knows that these Texas laws are different than New York, than Atlanta. You feel me? That they don't protect you like they do in California and things like that, right? So it's crazy, right? He talked all that shit, bro. World News even told him. We have the evidence, we have the screenshots and everything, right? So don't let him play this tough Tony game like he gonna big body somebody, that if we were in prison, he would own us, because he wouldn't. Because if he was really about that, he would have accepted that shit now. Why would I have to go after Pisces? For what? What did Pisces say about me? See, I at least have respect and honor to certain people. What did Pisces say about me? Pisces hasn't called me out. Pisces hasn't posted me on his page, right? If Pisces want this work, if Caliber wants this work, you feel me? They can post me on their page and we can do it. Yo, if they can come in on their own and stand in their own truth and debate, I'll bring them into my platform and give them the time to speak. I won't interrupt them. I won't talk over them. I won't paint a narrative picture, right? We will let the people decide who they really out, right? True didn't call me out, right? But that's the thing. I'm not going to talk to a person who molested his sisters. I'm just being real. I'm not going to have that pedophile energy transferred through me via cell phone, right? Via these black scrying mirrors, and now feed that on to my queen. I'm not going to talk to another child molester. True molested his own sisters. Why would I want that energy sent to me? Right? I don't know Caliber or Pisces, right? So, you feel me? I can deal with those energies. But True, I can't even look at this dude as a normal human being because that he even admitted that he molested his sisters. How can you even view your own sisters as sexual? Like, how can you even be attracted? That's incest, bro. That's the white man shit. Yes, I'm 24 years old, my brother. I'm 24 years old. And I know that I'm not even at my highest level yet. That I'm growing every day. I'm learning every day. Right? Oh yeah, he needs to be in jail. You feel me? He needs to be in jail. And if he keeps messing, I might have to slide that video to my uncle, which is a police officer. My uncle is a police officer, and my cousin is entering the police academy right now. Right? So if he really wanted to, my uncle has private investigators that we can really send these videos to and really put an investigation on your ass, brother. So be careful with how you come, because bro, you don't know, like that's what we're trying to tell you, bro. Like, you don't know the people that you're dealing with, families. Like, you don't know that we have family members that are actually have places of power within this world. That's within the actual police force. That's actually within the actual personal private investigating force. Right? So don't make us send him the videos, right? So I don't talk to a dude and debate a dude, right, that can view his sister in a sexual way like that, and that has went out and did that, right? I can't respect a man like that, you know? I can't respect a man like that. You feel me? I can't respect a man like that. I can't even look at a man like that. Because I know in real life, I'll get locked up. I'll get life for dealing with a dude like that. Not telling all the hurt and trauma that those women, that his sisters are dealing with right now, seeing what he's doing, right? It's proclaiming that what he did was right and righteous, right? I can't even imagine the hurt and trauma that his sisters are living with right now, seeing what he's doing, and with a pedophile and with a slavery sex society. I feel sorry for his sisters. I feel sorry for the men that's going to have to deal with those sisters and deal with that hurt and baggage, because he couldn't control his sexual urges because he's a sexual demon. So True can't debate. True done already lost his debate when he molested his sisters and he touched his sisters in a sexual way and put his hands all over their body the way he did. Right? So this dude can't compare to me. Right? So, right? That's basically it, guys. You feel me? I just want y'all to know that I did an hour and a half worth of a build to bring Solar in here. Y'all saw Solar join in and say that he was in the car, that he was going to get his shit set up and come back in. Notice how they didn't come back in. They just let you know that he don't really want to debate. He just calling me out. Right? So, if y'all want the real scoop on the whole entire how I met Solar and how he followed me and tried to be within my camp and shit like that before he went to Nature Boys and shit like that, go to World News' page, right? Let me go ahead. Let me see the iPad real quick.
It's dead.
It's dead? Okay, where's my phone? Right, I'll show you the actual video right now. Right, go to this page to get the full story, the full breakdown. But so y'all don't be played and told that I was studying underneath Chief for some reason, some bullshit reason like that, right? Right, so this is my brother's platform, right? Go ahead and I hope y'all caught Solar's build, right? Because I wanted y'all to see exactly why I'm not doing the live on this platform, right? Notice right, when World was trying to talk about information and facts, right? Notice when World was trying to talk about information and facts, Solar kept talking over him, right, to interrupt, to disturb the information that was coming from World News, right? When World News started to talk about the actual facts, right, that's when Solar began actually talking over him and speaking over him, you know? So that's the exact reason on why I won't do the debate, right, on his platform, right? Let's do it on a medium platform, right, to where we have real judges, right, real people that have scholarship, that actually familiarized and actually has created something with the information, right? And we can do it where it's fair, on a fair platform, right, to really see your information, see your knowledge, right? So, you know, he wants to portray this image that I'm clout chasing, that I was studying from Chief, but I'm about to prove to you that I wasn't studying from Chief, right? I'm about to prove to you, right? Peace and love, right? So I have a playlist that I created, right, a long time ago. If I still have it, I'm gonna check it, right? And I'm gonna show you the videos that I was watching at the date of the time that he posted that photo, that he showed it on his Instagram, right? So we're gonna see if I was really watching those videos, because if the history is still on my YouTube from the time to where I pasted those photos in my playlist, then we should be able to see if I was really studying Chiefs and match the time dates and everything, right? So I got you guys, man. I got y'all, right? Peace and love. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Right? Welcome. Right? You said you're the wife. Bruh. What? He wants to be me. Like, y'all don't see that Solar wants to be me, right? He wish he could have two queens. He can't even have one queen. He can't even keep one queen without Chief taking it from her, right? So instead of trying to focus on trying to take my queens, you should focus on how to even find you a queen first, right? That wants you for you. Because if you take my queen, she's not going to love you the same way that she loves me, because of the past memories and the things that we've already developed. And that's how I know you don't respect a woman. That's how I know you don't tap into the woman's energy. That's how I know, right? Y'all use and abuse the woman. I'm the woman's protector. You feel me? Me, Young Pharaoh, Wavy, World News, we're the black woman's protector, right? And we gotta call out niggas like this on the internet that want to use women for their resources, for their money. And y'all saw, right, when World News brought up the 4,000 that I done already offered. You see his face light up? You see his eyebrows raise up? You see the increase in his forehead raise up? He was excited. So that's how I know he only used women for resource, right? So what we're about to do is I'm about to show you, right, that I wasn't following Nature Boy, and that he wasn't following Nature Boy like he claims at that time, right? And I'm gonna go back to my YouTube and I'm gonna see if my saved history of my past playlist 2 years ago saved from when I've stamped those videos into my playlist, and I'm gonna show you the time dates to show you I wasn't watching Chief or Nature Boy, right? So I actually gonna prove. Notice how he only brought up that one photo. That one photo he only brought up. You feel me? So the same reason why World, right, kept being interrupted, the same reason why when World tried to teach him, like as a real teacher, like show him some real information, because he tried to, paint a false teaching about the lollipop with Farrakhan. Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad didn't do that. Show me one video where Farrakhan's saying that Elijah Muhammad took the lollipop from his mouth and then ate it. Who sucks on another lollipop that a man sucked on? Like, bro, that's how I know y'all niggas is lame. Like, y'all niggas is weird, right? And then y'all always want to, right, try to paint a narrative, try to protect y'all's image on Instagram, and which we can see Chief cultivating the women right now. And when y'all don't realize that, Solar, he's going to leave you, Solar. He's literally going to move to Hawaii with his queens without you. You think he's going to buy you a plane ticket to Hawaii? You think that he's going to spend money, right, on property in Hawaii and then buy you a plane ticket? You don't even realize that he's setting you up to fail right now. He's putting you against me so you can be dishonorable, so he can kick you out right now. And you don't even realize it, right? But the cognitive dissonance, right? The cognitive dissonance. I tried to debate. He can come in right now. He can come in right now. Exactly. The same way, right? The same way how world news, right, got cut off at every point when he was trying to make a valid point. It's the same way when I start talking about my information to debunk his information, he's going to start speaking over me and start doing that same stuff. Then he's going to try to kick me out, right? We see the games. We see what your chief does. We see, bruh, literally, we saw Chief spoke through you. We saw his spirit resonate within you and speak out. Exactly, Leonard. Exactly. Right? Exactly. Right? And it's crazy, right? So I'm gonna go bring up the image that he showed y'all guys real quick. Let me go to my phone because, right? This shit crazy. This shit wild, guys. You feel me? And you know, my queens, they want me to go, my queens wanted me to go live and speak on this. You know, I wasn't gonna speak on it. I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just gonna let it rest and let him, you know, show a fool of himself. Because, right? So let's go to that picture he wanted to show me, right? That picture he wanted to show everybody. First of all, I've already told everybody, right? I've already told everybody. Hold on, first let me send this live real quick. Yo, go to World News' page. I've already told the story about how Solar and I met, right? Before he even painted this bullshit-ass story, which don't make any sense, which I can poke holes in all day long, right? And then he tried to make fun of me that I had a job. You feel me? Like, right? Then he tried to say, right, I was working at a grocery store. Okay? Shit, they were paying me $12 an hour to work. I mean, to bag groceries. You feel me? Why would I not take that? If I'm trying to buy land and save for land and really develop land, why would I not get a job? You think a van is free? You think I would just magically, like motherfucking manifesting gas in my van? Duh, I'm gonna need a job, bro. Like, bro, we waited a whole hour, bro, on World's YouTube and on my IG for him to come in, right? So we gonna go prove this shit wrong, bro. We gonna prove this shit wrong. Right, so we're going to go to that picture that he wanted to display to everybody, right? And say, oh, I knew Kulu before all this, right? Right? He said he knew me before all this. Bruh, we only hung out for 4 hours, my nigga. 4 hours. Don't try to act like, bro, the same shit that Nature Boy tried to say with young Pharaoh, that they knew each other, that they were hanging out all the day, bro. Like, hell no, bro. We only hung out 4 hours, bro. You saw me 2 days. One day when you took a 5-hour train ride to come see me, bro. And then I was already leaving because I had to, go to work and things like that, right? So we end up walking for the thing. Right, then the next day, or not the next day, but 3 days later, right, you want to come tap on my van and be like, yo, what's good, right, and bring your brother Mente, right, which this was before they were even in carbonation. The only reason why Mente went to carbonation was because he had a back problem, and he was trying to get it fixed, right? That's the only reason why Mente even knew about Nature Boy was through Solar, right? So I don't want to hear none of that shit. And Mente, bro, like, I know you underneath that spell, bro, but you know the truth, bro. Like, you know the truth, right? So let me go ahead and show you this guy, man. This shit crazy, man. Like, these dudes are painting a hell of a story. And y'all can just see within his words that he's lying, guys. Like, this shit crazy, right? This shit crazy, right? Right, he wants to use this photo, right? Let's read the comments. Let's see, right, if he was really studying Chief. Because if he was studying Chief, right, if he was really studying Chief like he said he was, right, why aren't you saying anything that Chief says in your lives? Why aren't you giving honor to Chief if he's really following Chief at the time? Right? And I got other people to prove it. If I was really following Chief, how come you didn't put no honor to the great Eligio to Christ? If I was really following Chief, are any of these words, do they use these words in that carbonation language? But frequency, but tribe. Right? So, mind you, right? So, like, we're gonna leave this goddess out of it because it's none of her problem, like, what's taking place, right? So, let me show you, right, how small this guy was, right? How small this guy was, right? So, this is the time that he met me for that little 3-hour experience, right? And then we had to dip, so I had to go to work.